my husband and I had talked about getting some horses a little later in life, maybe when we retired, but I don't know anything about them and neither does he. So we thought, okay, let's find out where we can learn about it. And that's basically how we ended up. I had no anticipations of being employed in the equine industry. It was more going in as a future horse owner, and I wanted to learn about how to look after and care for horses. Tradition is not necessarily good anymore. We have to get messages out there and get the education out there. Things that were acceptable 5 years ago in horse sports are no longer acceptable. I wanted to have proper knowledge and not, um, how do I say, social media knowledge. And I thought I would just try a course and basically to see how I liked it and if it was going to be of value. So I took management of the equine environment first because first of all, it's the first recommended course. And also if we didn't know if we were going to have horses on the property or if I was going to board. So this course would have given us a foundation for what we needed to do. I could look for things at a boarding facility, or I would know what I would need if I was going to have horses on my own property. So that's how we got started. Is I took one course and it just kind of kept going from there. My favorite assignment was definitely learning about the human behavior change. Um, because one thing I've done since then also is I am now working for the Human Behavior Change for Life organization in the UK, writing their newsletters. So that is another thing that's come out of this. Um, my favorite course, I do have to say, I don't know. I'm torn between genetics and welfare. I really am because they're both amazing courses. Welfare is just to me, it's just incredible because everything we do has to be about welfare. My big aha moment for all of this, the last course I took was equine welfare, and if you could picture a jigsaw puzzle. And all the other courses are all around, but there's a hole in the center. There's nutrition, there's genetics, there's management, anatomy, everything. There's still one piece missing in the middle. And when I took equine welfare, that for me was the big, this is it. This is what everything should relate back to welfare of the horse. So it was like I completed the puzzle when I finished that. Then I was having some struggles with finding a topic for my major. So I reached out to Gail Ecker, my instructor at the time, and I said, I've taken so many courses. I need something. There's something I can sink my teeth into, something new. So she challenged me to look into something which was a relatively new concept at the time, a few years ago, and that was human behavior change for animal welfare. And then everything really came together. Interestingly enough, I think like I had mentioned, the journalism sort of gave me an inkling that I wanted to do something with writing and research. I felt that at this point in my life, I'm not going to go out and start a boarding facility or anything or do anything like that. And I wanted to contribute from the education and research side. So as soon as I finished, I applied to be a peer helper. And I've been a peer helper in the courses now for a couple of years, which I absolutely love. I find it very rewarding to help the students. I want to help them reach their potential as well. And I love being a peer helper. It's one of the most rewarding things I think I can do. And then because I wanted to do some more writing and research, I had some issues with grammar. So I thought, okay, I need to do something. So I went and completed my editing certificate. Took a couple years and did that. And now I am actually, I started a freelance editing business for myself, and I am actually working with Equine Guelph on course development and redevelopment for the 12-week courses and the horse portal courses. So I'm helping create those courses now. So I'm doing the best of everything that I wanted to do, and I still get to be in the industry just from an indirect angle from the back end, not from, being out with horses and working with them, but I'm doing it from the back end. You have to find your reliable sources, and that is one thing I loved about all the courses at Equine Guelph is our instructors challenged us to find the good sources, to find the information that was valid. And And that is one thing when they take courses with Equine Guelph, they'll get. You're learning from industry experts. You're getting valuable resources. We're always updating the resources in the courses. The instructors are constantly putting current events up in the announcements so that everybody can stay on top of things that are currently happening in the industry. I think it is by far the best way to learn, as whether you're going to be a horse owner or you're going to be working in the industry with horses. I think you owe it to those animals to learn as much as you can from the best sources possible. And the internet is, it's just a web of misinformation, and weeding through it is really, really hard. You don't know what to believe. When you take a course through Guelph, you know the information's good. One thing I learned when I started taking these courses is that this is an industry that is going to constantly be evolving and changing. And we can't sit back and continue to do the same things. We have to keep learning. I'm still taking courses wherever I can and whatever I can find. We have to keep learning. We can't just stay in one place. Research is constantly evolving. New methods are being found. Things that we knew 5 years ago are different from things we know today. So that's one of the big things I found with education is you have to keep going. You can't stop learning.